Hi, Wycliffe Barrett here, Xplane dedicated. Today we've got a double review. People are sending me an awful lot of stuff. Wow, that sunlight's bright. We're going to look at Ultra Weather XP and also RCSS, which is Taipei Airport in Taiwan. See you right after the intro.
2,000 feet.
Here we are then, Ultra Weather XP 1.5. This is by Almantasia. It's priced $29.95, so it's a mid-range price. We now have 3 weather engines on the market: SkyMax Pro, XEnviro, and this Ultra Weather XP 1.5. I hope you enjoyed the video. It is a raw video, so I installed it and ran it and recorded all at the same time. So it's a raw video. You're seeing it for the first time as I saw it.
Well, here we are then. So I'm above Cardiff and looking at some weather here, just scrolling around, and yeah, this is Ultra Weather, which is a new weather add-on, which I've been asked to have a look at. I don't know what to make of it. Let me put it to you another way. It is actually really quite good. But it's not that it's confusing. There's just so much to it. This is the user interface. Okay, so here on this side we've got sky colors, textures, and clouds textures. Now I haven't messed with any of this. I haven't touched anything of it. Then in the middle here you've got cloud resolution, sun glare, sun reflection on the sea. Control horizon, sky control, so you can have a bluer sky or not, so that that's off. So I've got it on a bluer sky, although in actual fact, looking out of my window here at the moment, the sky is a bit pale blue. It's not. I'd say it's more like what I've got on there now, as opposed to that. Clouds transforming. Now this changes the clouds, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm looking out of my window and I'm trying to figure out how it looks in relation to Cardiff in the real world. And I guess, if anything, that's probably the closest depiction of what's going on outside. Then you've got a whiteness inside clouds layer, and then you've got all these here, so you can change the ambient to the clouds. So I mean, that's brightness. I think they should have said. I think for me that looks about right. Clouds, shadow, power. That's shadows on the ground, I guess. Clouds, shadow, and side. Ooh, you see now. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? You can see the shadows on the ground moving. So I think that's probably about right. But then clouds drawing, you can change. Now that to me just makes it look as though my eyes have gone bad, all blurry, and that's probably about closest. And then you've got city and airplane light size, and I'll show you that. City light appearing time, so that should lights come on when it becomes dark. Then you can sort out shadow distance and object shadow resolution. Okay, now if you change the sky colors or cloud smoothness, you've got to restart Xplane. So and you can't see what you've done. Yeah. So you can't see it until you actually reset. I believe I was on default, so we'll leave it at that. Sunglass control, you've got normal, you've got cinematic, which brings up this. But what I will say is there is a full and comprehensive manual for it. So anyway, Ultra Weather XP. Okay, so that's the graphical user interface, and I'm still here at Cardiff and I'm looking around, and I kind of think, I'm not too sure, the clouds don't seem to be, they don't look like clouds, they look like bits of cotton wool. But when you've got like a field like that, it's all blurred, it's blurry. So let me see, let me go back down to, let's go back down to the aircraft, right? So there we are, let's get outside. So we're on the ground now looking, and that doesn't actually look anything like what I'm looking at outside the window. Now, sorry, let me move away from the aircraft. I am using FSGRW, which is the weather engine. So FSGRW is throwing the weather in. Actually, something else has happened as well. One of those settings is also the colour of my Xplane. You know, everything looks vibrant and almost like Technicolor. So I don't know. Oh, well, let's see if we can find some weather somewhere. Now, earlier on, where was I? I was at change location. I was at RCSS. So Songshan Airport in Taipei. Let me get onto. We don't want to be on the helipad, so let's get ourselves on a stand. Okay, start new flight, and we'll have a look there. Let's see what that looks like.
Okay, so I'm on the ground here at RCSS. I believe I am anyway. So let's open up FSGRW and have a look. Actually, no, this is Sumber, I think, in Scotland somewhere. I think it is. I can't remember. I'll have to have a look in a moment. But forgive me for that. But I think the main thing is we're looking for fog. So I found fog, and when I first opened it, it was default. Now I'm opening up FSGRW to get the proper weather depiction, and it'll load up in a second or two. I mean, I think the program overall is quite good. There are a couple of things that I'm not that too enamored with. One is the user interface, because you've got all of those different things, you know, like cloud sets and weather sets and sky sets, and you can't see what it does until you reload Xplane, which is a little bit cumbersome in my view. You know, I think that could be done a little bit better, a little bit, you know, that's the word I'm looking for, a little bit brighter, not brighter, a little bit more efficiently, because you want to see what the change is doing without having to reload, and they've got such a wide range of them, and it just says Cloud Set 1 or Cloud Set 2. Now the manual, and I'll show you the manual later, has it all in there, has everything in there, which is great, but you don't want to be looking at the manual to figure out what cloud set you've set or what colour scheme you've got, because, you know, unless you've got a second monitor or you've printed it off in colour, and even if you print it off in colour, it's not going to look exactly the same as the online PDF. So there's that. There are also some other aspects of the user interface which are not cleverly explained, and that's not a bad thing, I suppose. I mean, once again, look at the manual, but not everybody wants to look at a manual. How often do you read a manual? Not very often, which is slightly unfair, I think, for the developer, because the developer has spent an awful lot of time putting it together, and, you know, it is very comprehensive. So here we are, Sumber in United Kingdom, EGPB, and it's put the weather in, and you can see it is foggy. It really is foggy, but we need to look above it and see what it looks like. So let's move that out of the way, and let's get outside the aircraft and go up above the fog and see what it looks like. And I think the best way is if I just hit C. There we go, and we're going through the fog. It gets a bit brighter as we get to the top, and then we come out to the top, and yeah, okay, so we go through fog, but when you have a look around, it's a circle of fog. It is literally a dinner plate of fog. Get back on the ground, it is fog, and it is foggy. I mean, look, that is really good. It's a good depiction of fog. But flying up through it is a little bit weird. So let's have a look at the manual. Here we are. So this is the PDF manual for Xplane, for Ultra Weather XP. Sorry about that. So this is the manual for Ultra Weather XP, and as you can see, it is a comprehensive manual. I think there's 54 pages altogether, which is a heck of a lot. So what I've got on the right hand side of the screen, I've got the user interface. You can see it's foggy underneath, and then on the left hand side it's saying sky colors textures. Now I can't remember how many sky colors. I think there's 13 sky colored textures, and it shows you each one of them there. Okay, so each one relates to which one it is. Okay, so I suppose that is useful, but once again, monitors look different, different monitors look different, and you know, they have different color settings. Graphics cards will have different color settings, and what you really want is to be able to click on that button and see what it looks like in the sim. Okay, now it's same for the cloud textures. There's 12 different cloud textures, and whilst I have to say the cloud textures look really good in these pictures, I didn't see any of these, and I have to say that I feel a little bit disappointed about what I actually saw in the sim. Now that might just be the weather that I chose, the locations that I went to, but I went to Cardiff, I went to Taipei, I went to, where else did I go to? I went to Innsbruck, and I did have a good look around, and I wasn't too sure about what I was seeing. It's a good product, and I think it will get better. No, hang on, let me rephrase that. It's a good product, yeah? In the future, it will get better. So I think that's where I'd like to leave it at this moment in time. The cost of it, it's around about $30. I have got the price up at the beginning, and I think really of all the products that are around, and we've got three now. We've got three new ones, should I say? So there's Xenviro, which is the most expensive. We've got SkyMax Pro, which is mid-range, and then this one, which is a little bit cheaper than SkyMax Pro. What you get in here, let's be clear, what you get in is a set of clouds. It's a cloud set and sky color set. It's not a weather engine. It doesn't generate the weather as in the real world, so you need something else for that. NOAA, FX Real Weather, or FSGRW as I use, and then you're getting close to what you want. I think it's a good product. It will get better in the future. I think you should have a look at it if you can. Watch the video, and as always, my name's Wycliffe Barrett, and I will see you again very, very soon. Cheerio.
A few moments later.
Part 2 of this incredibly long vlog. This is RCSS, which is Songshan Airport, Taipei, Taiwan. This has been done by Songlin. Also, I need to say straight off that the city is a conversion. It's been converted from FSX, and the original authors, Mick Cheng, Hui Ting, Rudolph Fly, and Mike H, have all given their permission for the city to be converted. It's a raw vlog, so once again I installed it and recorded it almost immediately, so there's no neat editing or anything like that. It's just me talking as I experience it. Hope you enjoy it. I'll speak to you at the end. Cheerio. So here we are. This is RCSS Songshan Airport, Taipei, Taiwan. Absolutely beautiful airport, which has been created by Songlin. It's available on Xplane.org. It is freeware, which is absolutely staggering. Now, before we look around the airport, what I wanted to do was just load up an aircraft on stand for this view. I mean, look at this. It's absolutely amazing. Because not only do you get the airport, which has been really well drawn, you get the city as well. So he's done an awful lot of work with the city, and it just looks amazing. And just that view alone is breathtaking. I mean, this is payware quality stuff, without a doubt. So obviously, does the map work? Yes, the map does work, although it doesn't look that involved. I mean, how many stands are on there? Oh yeah, all the stands are there. Okay, and all the taxiways. So obviously we can call our Follow Me car, which is the Follow Me car from Jar Design. Brilliant little application that. So just close that. Can we close that? Why is it not closing? There we go. Close that. Right. I just selected something from the list just randomly because I wanted to close it. I'll be right back a second. Just need to sort this blind out that keeps banging and making a noise. There's a bit of a breeze blowing through the study today, so I just thought I'd pull the blind down and also because of the sun. It's very bright. Anyway, you don't need to know that. So here we are. I've forgotten what aircraft I'm in. I think I'm in the 737-800X, the modified default 737 by Zevo. Yes, I am indeed. Let me have a look. Better to check, just in case. Yes, there we go. With the new sound pack, which I need to review at some point. Anyway, let's have a look outside. Trying to get outside now. There we go. And I shall turn Xplane down a little bit because we don't want that noise bleeding over everything and making it a little bit. Right, there we go. Turn it down a little. Turned it down a lot in actual fact. Look at this. Let me just scroll up here, because rather than I'm not going to do my usual thing on this airport, I don't think, because it just looks so good. Look at that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So Songlin has done the city of Taipei, and it's only when you look around and you think, hang on, look at this, because these buildings here, you know, they've got like, you know, dirty marks on them, and you know, shadows from the smaller buildings. It just looks absolutely superb. Now I'm not quite sure, I'm going to be honest, I don't know whether these are the new art assets for Xplane. They may well be, or he's custom built buildings. I'm not quite sure, but I mean, you look at the freeway coming through here with the traffic on. I mean, that is amazing. Let's have a look at that. See if we can get that to night time quickly. Here we go. Oh, look at that! Oh, hang on, I missed it. That is where we need to be. Just there. Look at that. Doesn't that look breathtaking? That is stunning. Stunning stuff. Well done, Songlin. Okay, let's come back to daylight. Let's try to get back to midday-ish or thereabouts. There we go. Because I just want to keep panning around the city. The level of detail here is incredible. What's that over there? You see something and you think, let's have a look. What's that? Oh, it's just a tower block. Wow. So coming back, and then when you get into the detail, you think, hang on, what's this? And you look, and there's a really, you know, nice building. Even I'm not going to be so rude as to suggest what language that is. It could be Taiwanese. You've got a Costco there. They've actually got a sale on by the look of it. Yeah, sale is spelt backwards, but they've got a sale on, which is nice. And so it's when you start to look around the city and the detail, the level of detail, it's just immense. And it seems to just go on and on and on with different kind of buildings. Look at that green building there. Yes, looks like a cigarette packet, but. And then you come round to the city proper. Now, if any of you, when I say the city proper, downtown area, if any of you have watched the celebrations on New Year's Eve from around the world, you'll recognise this building, because that one has all fireworks coming out of each floor, you know, each canted floor. And look at it, it's just amazing. Amazing. I'm staggered by this. So let's have a look around. What have we got here? I mean, look at this building here, this one here. What a design of that. And then that kind of, I don't know, what's that, concert hall of some sort? And then here you've got huge posters on the side of buildings. What's this? Weather Girls. Maybe that's a popular group or something. And this tree-lined avenue down here, tree-lined with the cars and trucks and everything. This is just outstanding. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of this is custom built. I'm sure of it, because I've never seen a city this detailed default in Xplane 11. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of this has been custom laid down. I'm going to have to find out. We haven't even got to the airport yet. Look at this pagoda. Look at that. Now, what would be interesting would be if we could find that in a picture of Taipei, and if it's there, then, and look at this road network. I mean, it's just staggering. I've got to look at this again at dusk, so we get there quickly. You just want it, there you go. Oh, look at that, guys. Just look at that. The city is alive. The city is alive. So XP11, and you know, a bit of lens flare there. The sun reflecting off the water as it goes low. This is beautiful. I'm gonna have to pause here a moment because we need to get to the airport, don't we? So here we are. Let's have a look at the airport. Some really nice light poles there. We're at sunset dusk. You've got the city in the background, and this looks like the main terminal. Eva Air there, I like that. Appropriate aircraft for the area. That's the main terminal. Then we've got these huge hangars, obviously FedEx there. FedEx get everywhere, don't they? It's, in terms of terminal buildings, it's not massive, but it's so well laid out, and it looks so good in this evening light. Let's just... It's a fairly simple airport in many respects. You know, you've got long runways, turn off, main terminal, and that's your lot, kind of thing. You know, there's no frippery with this. There's no messing around or anything like that. It is what it is. It is a straightforward, you know, Far East airport. It's you know, well laid out on the edge of a city. It was probably, when it was built, was probably way out on the city outskirts, but it, you know, the city has grown and grown and grown, and you know, it just looks amazing. This, I did an approach into this the other, I think it was yesterday when I first got hold of it. I did an approach, and it was superb, and I think I took still pictures of that, but I will do an approach into the airports, obviously, in the video in a few minutes. So, as I was saying, you know, it's a single-use runway. It probably was on the outskirts of the city originally, but as you can see, it is now well embedded in the city. The city appears to have grown up around it, all around it, both sides, etc. Let's just get back to the daylight a little bit. There we go. As we do this, that's why we've got a bit of stuttering, because I'm doing two things at once, trying to scroll and change the time of day. The frame rates are incredibly friendly, considering we've got, you know, quite a built-up area here, and it just looks absolutely superb. For a freeware airport, this is brilliant. There's a few things that need changing, a couple of things that need adding, and you know what I'm going to say, don't you? You know what I'm going to say. Airport clutter, desperately needed. Also, car parking. I'm not quite sure where the cars park at this airport, because it is so crowded. So let's have a look. We'll try and scan around, see if we can find some airports, some parking. There doesn't seem to be any, unless it's way out. You know, car parking could be way out there somewhere. I don't know. There don't seem to be any car parks, so we need to figure that out. So all this could be car parking in front here, all this green stuff, but we don't see any car parking. So it'd be interesting to see where it is. What we need some more ground clutter, because it's a big airport. It needs filling up a little bit. There's ground clutter around the gates, but maybe some moving vehicles. You know, a bit of ground clutter around these static aircraft as well would look really, really nice. You don't need a lot, just a little bit, and there are plenty of stands to park on, so that's pretty cool. What a superb airport. Superb. Oh, what's this down here? Oh yes, I've seen that before. I just love this. I think it's superb. I'm going to do a lot of flying into this airport. You're going to find some routes out here. So, just in case people are asking and wondering, as always, my machine is an i7 4770K processor, 32 gig of RAM, and I'm running a GTX 1080 with 8 gig of video RAM. And this looks superb. This is Xplane 11, the latest release. I'm using SkyMax Pro version 4.5 with real weather connector, and I'm also running at the moment FSGRW. No, I'm not. Tell a lie. So let's put that on. We'll turn FSGRW on and see what the weather, how the weather gets depicted then. At the moment, you can see it's quite lumpy, which is no surprise. You know, I think the weather. I can't remember what season they're in down there, but they may be coming into kind of rainy season, monsoon season, down in Far East Asia. So I've just refreshed the weather for Taipei here, Taiwan RCSS. The weather is, wind is 300 degrees 11 knots, it's 270 varying 330, visibility is greater than 10 kilometers, there is rain. There's a few clouds at 2,000 feet, scattered at 2,500 and scattered at 3,000. Temperature is 32, dew point is 23 and the QNH is 1010. So as you can see, the weather does look a little bit different. The clouds look a little bit different from how it was when it was default. Let's just check. You need to check all these things, you see. Flight configuration, see weather, stormy, customize. Make sure that it's match real world weather, done. Apply changes, then make sure you do this SkyMax real weather connector. Always ignore Xplane settings. Right, there we go. So that is real world weather depiction at Taipei. This is superb. I think this is probably, because of the city, this freeway airport kind of goes straight away into the top 5. If you were going to get an airport immediately, this one would be it. Put it into the top 5 is superb. Let's just get to midday. There's shadows on the ground there, on buildings and everything. See how everything changes. This is the one thing I love about Xplane 11. That, you know, wherever the sunlight is, everything changes. That's superb. Absolutely brilliant. It's free. Go to xplane.org. Download it, and even if you never fly here, you can have a wander around the city. I tell you what, get a ground vehicle, get a ground car, which you can for Xplane, and drive around the city on those roads. It's going to be superb. In fact, I think I might do that in a minute, just for a bit of a laugh, because it is incredibly difficult driving on the roads, especially with a joystick. Stand by. Well, I'm sorry about that. I did try to find a vehicle, a Chevy Camaro that I had in Xplane 10, but it will not work in Xplane 11, so I think we'll just have to wait for a ground vehicle to turn up in Xplane 11. But driving around the city would be pretty good. Anyway, we need to get onto an approach, so let's see what this looks like. If we go flight configuration here, change location, customize, and change to runway, and we want a 10-mile nautical approach to runway. I think it was it 28 or 10? Somebody said. Well, we'll try both. Okay, confirm. So I need to get my shoes off because I cannot use my pedals with my shoes on for some reason, and I've only got tiny feet. Okay, here we go. So just wait a second or two, and oh, here we go. Right. So let's get the throttle running. So literally all I've done is I've thrown the aircraft in the air. We need to find the airport. Okay. So I've got a bit of flap, so that's good. Oops. Let's get a bit of downward trim. Well, there on the left hand side is the famous building that does the fireworks display on New Year's Eve, so that's good. So let's see if I can zoom in, find the runway. There's the runway down there. That's good. Make sure the gear's down. And we'll put some auto brake on. You can see how rough and ready this is because I haven't done anything. I've just thrown it in the air, which is what I normally do for these 10-mile approaches. Let's get some decent there we go. Flight director. Right, okay. There's the runway. I can see the VASI. Let's just reduce speed a little bit here. Coming in a little bit hot. So here we come. There's the runway 2 white, 2 red, I believe. So we'll flap on. This is just a wonderful approach. The weather, as I say, the wind was 3001 11 knots, wasn't it? 30011 knots. There's a little bit of turbulence, not much, as we come in. Just trying to get that speed down a little bit. Okay, there's a runway 2 white, 2 red. 1,000 feet. Beautiful approach into the city of Taipei in Taiwan. I think I'm a little bit low. Take some flap off. 500 feet. Definitely a little bit low. 400 feet, a little bit unstable. Let's see again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. An ILS approach would be a lot easier. Take it from me. So what's the saying? 4 red, you're dead. There we go. Capturing the glide slope again. 3 red, 1 white, 2 red, 2 white. Here we go.
300.
Gonna get that flap back down. 300 feet. I need to be a little bit lower. Oh, 4 white. That's not good. Let's just put that down a little bit. There we go. Hopefully this 200 feet, 2 red, 2 white. We got the glide slope again. Ooh. 100.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
The reversers have not come out, so we've got a manual braking. It's a long runway anyway, we're okay. And if you're just wondering about the different sounds that you could hear there, of course we've got XP Realistic running, which is the immersion package that is very, very good indeed. Right, I'm going to have to stamp on the brakes a little bit here because I'm running out of runway. There we go. And whew, we got there. That'll do. Let's just turn off the runway here. There we are. Well, that was all rather exciting, wasn't it? We've landed safe and sound, and then we can call up our map and taxi to stand if we want to. Right, excellent, brilliant. Got to get this airport.